What's up, guys? My name is Kyle. I am going to be starting up a little bit of a kind of a documentary, sort of a play-by-play of my experience here. I've got a 150 gallon, 150 gallon is 48 long by 24 deep by 30 tall. So I only have a 4-foot wide location that I can actually use inside the house. So that's kind of where it's like I'm stuck to this footprint of 40 foot or 48 inch wide. And then the other thing is I really like the idea of having a tall water, a tall display with lots of rock going up. And I might do kind of surrounding this specific aquarium has two columns here, one there and then one over here that overflows. So what I want to do is kind of start by explaining a little bit of the origin, where I started. Let's see the little sump down there. I'm kind of mid-build here. You can obviously tell I've got just a return pump coming here. This is just returning water to get water moving and making sure that all of the plumbing down here is up to snuff. No leaks or anything like that, which I have actually discovered a leak, which is why that one is not actually fully draining. There's some drips because there's some residual water in there. And I haven't turned it off, I hadn't turned it off until just about an hour ago, but so I'm trying to make sure all the water gets out of there. The leak is actually right here on the top side of this union. There's a threaded thing that I just used pipe dope with, and I'm going to switch that out with using silicone, because that was kind of my test, and I kind of proved myself right. The pipe dope always seems to leak for me. Maybe I just don't use it right, but all of my silicone fittings work perfectly, no leaks at all. Yes, I know there's a hole here, but that's okay. Just a quick understanding, the green is going to be for drain, so my drain pipes are green, and then the blue here are going to be, there's these, the blue pipes are my return pipes, so that's how that works. Obviously the sump doesn't have even baffles in it yet, because I haven't done that yet. It still has some of the glue on it from when we first got it. Bought it off Craigslist for 40 bucks. It still had the stickers on for 150. So I'm doing all right with that. I'm happy with this. I got this 150 gallon tank for $400. That included the hood, that included the tank, that included the stand. I have already refinished the sand. I sanded it all completely down, refinished the sand. The doors are back there. And restained, clear coated, and so now the stand is good to go here for this. So anyways, what we're going to do, hi, I'm here. What we're going to do is kind of walk through the processes that I've gone through, and we'll take a look at, I'm going to show you where it's going to go inside the house, and then I'll walk you kind of through the journey that I've taken so far, and then what I've decided to do from here on out. And then we'll just kind of do the documentary. We'll kind of follow along. I'll show you some plumbing. I'll show you fixing the leak, kind of what I'm doing, steps I'm taking. I'd love to get some input. So anyways, I'm gonna cut over and we'll jump inside the house. All this stuff's going away. That mirror already has an owner. Keeping this stuff for my parents because they were moving. Audio foam is actually going to be maybe, I don't even know. We'll talk about that later. I was going to cut it up and put it into the actual sump itself to try to help deadening, because I literally have no other use for it, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I have gotten the sump to be so quiet with the doors open that I think when the doors get closed, I won't need that. So that's probably just going to be donated because nobody wants an old 19-inch. I mean, although it was one of the best at the time. Yeah, this stuff's just going to be moved around. So anyways, and then so here's the deal. The reason why I'm stuck with a 48-inch, there's a window right here. We're going to put drapes over it as well. I mean, the blinds do a pretty good job Obviously, the sunlight is making the camera see it a lot brighter than it really is. But so, anyways, the tank has to go there, and I really only have 48 inches. So that's why I landed with the footprint, because there's got to be room for people to walk here. This is a futon, so yeah, we'll talk more about that later on. So that's kind of what we're doing. That tank, all that stuff, I wanted to fit it all outside to make sure if there's any leaks, drips, that it lands in the garage, not inside my house, because I've already had a flood in my house, and that's, I will be honest, though, here's the deal. This carpet is brand new. I laid all the wood flooring. The thing is with any aquarium, for any of the new people who are kind of considering, if you're following along, considering, hey, am I ready to have an aquarium? I really want one, all this kind of stuff. The thing that you have to realize is that at any given point in time, that aquarium, everything that is inside of it, underneath of it, the substrate, the sand, the live rock, the coral, all of your fish, everything could be there. You might walk in one day and it could land in here. And it's a big thing. 150 gallons is not, for me at least, it's not a little bit of water. That's a lot of water. It would go everywhere. Now, the thing is, again, we had a flood that we had to replace 100% of the flooring in our house. So I've already done it once. I'm okay with it. I don't want it to happen again, but I'm good with it. So anyways, let me talk a little bit about what we have, where we've been, what we're doing, what we have, where we've come from. So I looked originally at getting I had a 75-gallon tank that I purchased. So kind of my history here is I've had a aquarium ever since I was a kid. I had a freshwater tank it was just a 29-gallon tall, high gallon tank that was a Tetra tank. We had Tetras. We had some little frogs, some newts, and we did some old-fashioned filtration just off of bubble risers. I mean, we're talking ancient, but the bioload really wasn't high. It was under gravel filter, so it wasn't that big of a deal, and it worked. It worked really well for about 6 years. Then I got bored with Tetras, so the next thing was getting cichlids. We bought some convict cichlids, and we had about 7 of them from a friend, and they were a pair that apparently liked my water parameters a lot, because they were literally the jackrabbits of the fish tank. I mean, they would spawn every 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. It was insane how many fry that they would show up with. Now, the other fish, cichlids are pretty good parents. The other fish would pretty well leave them alone. So that turned our 7-fish 29-gallon tank into like a 45-fish 29-gallon tank. So that presented a problem. And again, we were using under gravel filtration. Not a good pair. So we had got also a canister filter, which, knowing more about that now, probably wasn't the best idea. Emergency situation, yeah, sure. But it was just not the best idea in the long run. So anyways, the other part of that is my parents were the ones funding it, and when they were no longer invested in it as much as I was, I didn't have a job at 13 and 14, so hey, mom, dad, I think we need to get this filter to make it clean up, and they were like, yeah, no, we're not going to invest any more into this. So and I can respect that, but now that I'm an adult, I want my own tank. So we are talking about getting, the wife and I have sold her on it. She likes the idea. She loves the idea. The problem is we started this conversation about 3.5 years ago, and that's when I bought that 75-gallon tank. I bought it with a stand. It came with a stand. The stand was crap, and so I went ahead and built a new stand. Here's a picture of that. Built a new stand, painted the new stand, got it in here, realized that because that aquarium was drilled on the back of the wall, that it was, the back wall, top left corner, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. I had to have it almost 5 inches off the wall for it to make, to clear, and it was not gonna drain fast enough. It was just, all in all, it was just a hasty purchase and a really poor decision for me to get that. So I went ahead and sold it to somebody on Craigslist. Pretty much got what I paid for the tank. Now I also sold them my stand that I built. So I definitely lost some money on that, but at the same time, I think I gained a lot of wisdom. So I went and found the aquarium that I have right now And it is a 150 gallon, like I said, it's a, I'm gonna actually go look up, I believe it's an Oceanic 150 gallon reef ready tank. Yeah, Oceanic, that's right. So, here's the Oceanic there. Whoop, there it is. It'll focus, maybe. So, and so it comes with these two silent overflows and 4 drills. So there's a drain and a return back here, drain and a return back here. And I went ahead, I painted the back black, and it looks really good. I'm really happy with the coating on that. So it's just really nicely done. There's already some little nicks here, but I'm gonna cover those up, make sure that we don't have any of those that you can see. And then there's a little bit of a line on the very bottom where the tape was covering, but I think the substrate's going to be high enough back there that it won't matter because you can barely see it from the front. I think it'll be just fine, so I'm not too worried about that. The tank is in great condition. Like I said, I bought the tank hood and stand for less than $400. It's full half-inch glass. And it's beveled edges, so like it is just really well put together. It's sealed well. The only thing, I don't even know if this is going to show up on camera, is that somebody went to town. Let's see if I can't, hold on, let me switch the camera here too. You can see a little bit. There's some scratches where somebody was trying to quote unquote clean it. I'm okay with that. It sucks, but I can be okay with it. So, and I think that once we get lighting, even if I can still see it, I can look past that. I'm okay for what I made the purchase. For what I got it for. I'm really satisfied with it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close this video down. Just for again, I'm going to try to make these videos less than 7 to 8 minutes. Anytime they go longer, I will let you know up front. But we're going to talk next kind of about the plumbing. I got to fix that little piece of plumbing down there. So we'll get 2 videos out really quick here, and then we'll keep going from there as time permits. And so I'm really looking forward to kind of starting this journey. Really excited to share it with anybody who wants to see. And so, guys, I appreciate you coming along with me, your advice once we get there. And we'll keep going. So stay tuned for more videos. I'll be back later on.